Welcome to Bio Stories, a special place where stories come to life. Today, we have a delightful tale about a lucky bunny named Binky, who discovers the true meaning of happiness and home. So, settle in, let your imagination take flight, and let's dive into another enchanting story from Bio Stories. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Twinkle Town, there lived a cheerful young bunny named Binky. Binky had big, floppy ears, a fluffy tail, and a heart full of dreams. He lived in a cozy burrow with his loving mama bunny. For 7 long years, Binky worked hard for Mr. Badger, who owned the biggest carrot farm in Twinkle Town. One sunny morning, Binky decided it was time to go home and see his dear mama bunny. He hopped over to Mr. Badger and said, "Mr. Badger, I've worked hard for 7 years, and now I want to go home to see my mama. Could you please pay me my wages?" Mr. Badger smiled warmly and said, "Binky, you've been a wonderful helper. Here is a special reward for you." And he handed Binky a shiny, golden coin as big as his head. Binky was overjoyed. He wrapped the coin in his handkerchief, tied it securely, and slung it over his shoulder. With a happy hop in his step, Binky started his journey back home. As he bounced along the path, he saw a cheerful squirrel named Sammy riding a bright red bicycle. "Wow," thought Binky, "riding a bicycle looks so much fun. You can go fast and save your little paws from getting tired." Sammy the Squirrel noticed Binky staring and stopped. "Hey, Binky! Why are you walking when you could be riding a bike?" Binky sighed and said, "I have this heavy golden coin. It's wonderful, but it makes my back ache." Sammy grinned and said, "How about we trade? You give me the coin, and I'll give you my bike. Then you can ride home and won't have to carry anything heavy." Binky's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Oh, Sammy, that sounds amazing. Let's trade." So, Sammy took the golden coin, and Binky hopped onto the bike. With a loud "wheet," Binky pedaled down the road, feeling the wind rush past his floppy ears. He sang a happy song. "Zoom, zoom, here I go, riding fast and free, oh ho! No more aching, no more pain, just fun, joy, and no strain." But after a while, Binky wanted to go even faster. He pushed harder on the pedals, but the bike wobbled, and before he knew it, Binky tumbled off and landed in a soft patch of grass. Luckily, he was not hurt, but the bike's chain had come off. As Binky sat there, a gentle goat named Greta came trotting by, pulling a little cart with a fluffy sheep inside. Greta stopped and asked, "Are you okay, Binky? What happened?" Binky told Greta about the bike and how it made him fall. "Riding a bike is not as easy as it looks," he said with a sigh. "I wish I had something safer and more reliable, like your cart." Greta nodded and said, "Well, Binky, I could trade my cart and sheep for your bike. My sheep is very gentle, and the cart is comfortable." Binky's face lit up. "Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you, Greta." So, they made the trade. Binky now had a lovely cart and a fluffy sheep named Woolly. He climbed into the cart and guided Woolly down the path. "This is perfect," thought Binky. "I can sit back and relax while Woolly pulls me along." As they traveled, the sun grew hotter, and Binky became thirsty. He remembered that sheep can give milk, so he decided to try and milk Woolly. But Woolly was too old and did not have any milk. Binky felt a little sad and very thirsty. Just then, a friendly hedgehog named Harold came by, pushing a wheelbarrow with a shiny silver bucket. "Hello, Binky." Harold greeted him. "You look a bit down. What's the matter?" Binky explained that he was thirsty and had no milk. Harold thought for a moment and said, "How about we trade? I'll give you my bucket and a juicy apple if you give me your cart and sheep." Binky, eager for a refreshing drink, agreed. He gave Harold the cart and sheep, took the silver bucket, and bit into the juicy apple. It was the best apple he had ever tasted. Feeling refreshed, Binky continued on his way, swinging the bucket and humming a tune. He was happy again until he realized that he still had a long way to go and now had nothing to ride or pull him along. As he walked, he met a jolly mole named Molly, who was carrying a beautiful white goose. Molly stopped and said, "Good day, Binky. What brings you here?" Binky told Molly about his journey and all the trades he had made. Molly listened carefully and then said, "Binky, this goose is very special. She will lay golden eggs. Would you like to trade your bucket for my goose?" Binky's eyes widened in surprise. "Golden eggs? That sounds amazing. Yes, let's trade." So, Binky took the goose and continued on his way, dreaming of all the wonderful things he could do with golden eggs. As he walked, he met a merry mouse named Max, who was sharpening a pair of scissors. Max saw Binky and asked, "What a lovely goose you have there. What will you do with it?" Binky proudly told Max about the golden eggs. Max chuckled and said, "Binky, I have a magical grindstone. If you use it, you will always find coins in your pocket. Would you like to trade?" Binky, eager for endless coins, agreed to trade the goose for the grindstone. He thanked Max and skipped along, feeling like the luckiest bunny in Twinkle Town. However, the grindstone was very heavy. Soon, Binky grew tired and hungry again. He found a quiet riverbank and decided to rest and take a drink. He put the grindstone down carefully, but it accidentally rolled into the river with a splash. At first, Binky was sad, but then he realized he was free from carrying the heavy grindstone. He felt light and happy again. With a joyful heart, Binky continued his journey home, singing and hopping all the way. When Binky finally reached his burrow, Mama Bunny was waiting for him with open arms. Binky hugged her tightly and said, "Mama, I learned so much on my adventure. I may have traded many things, but I found the best treasure of all, home and family." And so, Binky and Mama Bunny lived happily ever after,